Hey there, this is the first video I'm gonna make on this. Figured I'd do enough crap. Everybody always says I should start making videos because I'm good at making stuff work, I guess. I don't know. So let me get a picture of how everything is going right now. I'm currently working on a snowblower, a 1032D. The motor right there is not really up to par anymore, so I ended up getting a Harbor Freight Predator 13.8 liter. So this motor came with a 1-inch shaft, and on specs on a 1032, the stock motor is supposed to be a 1-inch shaft as well, but someone must have swapped it before I did. And being a dummy, I didn't measure the shaft. I just assumed everything was the same, and it wasn't. That other one is a 3/4 shaft, so I got a 1/4 inch gain that I did there on the shaft, and then the motor is 1 inch taller than the other motor. That's why a lot of this is getting swapped around right now, making a different guard right now. It looks like crap right now, but it's gonna look better when I'm done. I can remove some of this stuff so you guys kind of can see. So if you guys have a John Deere that's gonna need some work or a different engine replacement, I mean, make sure you measure your height, make sure the shaft's right. I just did this because it was a good price and it's a good motor, and pretty much you can make anything work as long as you find a way to make work, I guess. The shafts or the pulley that the original motor came out with, it was a 2.5 inch pulley for your drive, and it was a 3 inch for the auger. Currently, I put 3 inch pulleys on both of them right now. I'm actually waiting for my other pulley to get in. I went to a 3 1/4 inch. You don't really need anything bigger than that, in my opinion. It throws the snow pretty far already. So that's just what I'm doing. Also, the shaft on the new motor is also longer by 1.5 inches. So that's where I get into a problem with the shield being so close to the chute here. And I drilled new holes for the engine mounts as well. Basically, there's a hole there and a hole here. Now, originally, the other motor from stock factory was approximately about 3/4 of an inch more forward, but it also had a shorter shaft on it. So I had to take that back paneling off, those 2 bolts right there. Take that off and expect your hands to get full of grease and oil when you're done. But that really wasn't that bad. I just did, you lay out your engine mount hose, make sure it's centered with your pulleys, and have at her, I mean, do a dry fit. Pretty much eye it up to the center of the snowblower itself, and then I ran a belt that I had laying around and just kind of spun it just to make sure that, so the motor would pretty much show me how far off it is from the bend of the belt. And then as soon as I got that straight and right where I wanted it, then I mounted my my holes here. So I marked the sides here. As you can see, actually, there's a black mark here, black mark right there that I did where I had it right. So then I just drilled them and went from there. So basically, this is what I got going on right now. So this pulley here is actually too long. Right now, currently I have a 38 inch on this one here, and that's actually perfect. This one here is a 39, but like I said before, I was waiting for another pulley. I figured a 3 1/4 would be pretty much what I would need. I could go with maybe like a 3.5, I just don't really need the snow to shoot it out that far, and I also don't want it to wear my auger and my gearing more than I needed to, because I don't want to be replacing that either. So as long as the snow can throw 12-15 feet, I don't care. And it does plenty of that right now, just the way it's set up on 3 inch. So I get the bigger pulley on there, it'll throw a little bit further. But yeah, this is the progress it's going. So like I said, this is a Predator. It's a 420cc. It is 13.8 horsepower, electric start. Got it right at Harbor Freight. You go online, you can actually get them. If you go on the Harbor Freight website, I think it works on any engine really. You gotta pay attention to the bottom of the screen when you keep scrolling down because there's coupons that you can get. And so this motor was $379, and I actually ended up getting it for $322. So it's pretty big. That's a lot, in my opinion. So yeah, from there. And then the one thing I didn't realize about this motor though is it was electric start, but it didn't really come to my mind. But you need a battery to make that work. It started up on the second pull. It actually been firing up on the first pull every time. But I did test it out. A DeWalt or a Milwaukee battery for your drill works great, and you just pretty much start it with that if you really wanted to. I'm actually gonna start it with that. But really, the only concern I got is with this motor is I couldn't really get it further back because of that handle. So when I go to get this, I don't want it clobbering my hand. So I did sacrifice that. So I would have, now I'm more close up front here. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, right in there. So that's pretty tight. So obviously that part sucks. But I'll make it work. But I mean, I don't know. Every time I watch a YouTube video, you know, some guys are professional, some guys, you know, they're picky. I'm very picky on how I do stuff. But when it comes to things that I know that's gonna break or wear and tear, I mean, something like this, you know, if you can get the heart of it to work, great, good. If you gotta build something around it to protect it, like the belts here, it might not look the greatest and the best that some other people can do, but it's pretty much an average Joe should be able to do it. The tin I'm using for this is literally a sheet of duck for your house. You can buy them at Menards, Home Depot, whatever, and it's like $4, I think. And I got like 2 pieces, and I think they're 18 by 37, and I realistically only need 1. So that's pretty much how I'm going on here right now. Motor, like I said, everything else is great. The light on the blower ain't gonna work right now, so I'm actually going to put an LED in there, push button with a work on AAA or AA batteries. I mean, they come the same size. You get it at Harbor Freight as well. Walmart also carries the same size. Pop the old one out, put the old one in. You want to start going, it's nighttime, push the button, there you go, you got lights. You don't got to have more wires, less shit in the way. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got right now. This took me about, it would have been a lot faster if I had the pulleys available, and the belts available. I actually had to go to 2 different places for my belt size, and the bearings was just it was really hard to find what I needed, just because I'm from a small town. So I imagine a bigger town might have more options, but I only have one store that carries this, and they just happen to not have the one that I need to finish that. But overall, motor runs great, does everything what it needed for. So if you do have a problem, it'll be good. I believe even the other John Deere's says it's 826, I believe, 8-horse Predator. That is like almost a perfect fit. The only thing you might have to change a little bit is like maybe the mounting holes, but I don't think you even got to do that. But like I said, this is just a 1032D. Easy peasy, put a new motor on it. Doesn't matter what you put on there. There's some on YouTube, there's some with other people. Just look at it, see how is this gonna work, make it work. Anybody can build anything, metal, doesn't matter. Use a tin cutters, use a grinder. It is what it is, make it work. Runs, spins, works as it should. No safety concerns, nothing like that. There you go. Light her up and let her go. But next video, I'll have the tin pretty much wrapped up. I'll have a video on that, but it's not gonna lie, it's kind of kicking my butt. But that's what happens when you do something that hasn't been really done before, I guess. I did watch one guy do something similar to this, but he had a smaller engine. He went with the 10 horse or the 11 horse, I believe it was, So everything was different. Heights is different. His height was just a little bit different than mine, but not too much. But his shaft size was right. His mount holes were right. Everything was right. I just wanted a little bigger than what I had before, you know. Rather go, you know, get bigger stuff, you know. That's just how I am. But yeah, all right. So I'm mumbling on here. I'll let you guys go. Hopefully this helps out a little bit. Any questions, let me know. I know I didn't really go far into detail with this. I wanted to record this before as I started going with it. But every time I had to stop and go places for the pulley, to the belt, to leaving the shop here to do other errands and stuff, it's just not very consistent. So I apologize for that. But I can give you a hand or advice or whatever you guys need to do this. Yeah, any skill can do this. Just got to do it. All right, later, guys. See you on the next video.